Sometimes it's tough to get enough sleep, but we know that sleep and weight loss are related, right? So does that mean if we're not sleeping well, we're going to completely derail our progress? A paper published in October of 2021 looked at a lot of different studies and a lot of science that's been done about the relationship between sleep duration and fat loss. Hey, I'm Tammy from liftingmyspirits.com, and I make resources for women over 40 who want to get in the best shape of their lives. Let's talk about sleep and fat loss. I found this on the ScienceDirect.com website. There's a link in the description if you want to take a look at what I saw. Now, this is a meta-analysis done with 50 studies, and they just wanted to see what all of these different researchers had found. And they were looking to see how sleep duration, food consumption, and appetite regulating hormones were affected if sleep was disrupted. And here's what they found after looking at all of these studies and looking at all the results. There is an increased food intake the next day, especially in fats. The research found that body weight increases. There's an increase in appetite, an increase in hunger, and an increase in eating frequency. But what's interesting to me is what they did not find after looking at all of these different studies. There was no change in protein intake, which I guess that one's not surprising, but they also found no surprising carb intake, which that surprised me. They found no change in daily calorie burn. They found no change in respiratory quotient, which that's a measure to see how your body is burning fat. When they looked at all of these studies, they didn't find a change in the hunger regulating hormones leptin and ghrelin. In simple terms, leptin decreases your appetite and ghrelin increases your appetite, and we want those two hunger hormones to be balanced. And they also found no change in cortisol. Okay, that one really surprised me, but I'm looking at it from my perspective, through my lens, as a woman who's in postmenopause, and I know that we have a cortisol issue because of going through that transition. So thinking about that, the elevated cortisol isn't coming from our sleep disruptions, but the sleep disruptions are coming from the elevated cortisol. Another video about cortisol is coming in the future, so make sure you're subscribed so that you will get a notification when that one's uploaded. So this paper's conclusions were that insufficient sleep can be considered a contributing factor for weight gain, metabolic disorders, and disordered eating because people are eating more the next day. But sleep disruption is not changing blood chemistry. So their conclusions are that it's about behaviors the next day. So based on what they found, if we roll with that, everything that we already know is still going to apply. If you want to lose fat, you need to have a calorie deficit. If the next day you nibble all day long, you're taking in more calories, and if you are too tired to exercise, which makes sense, you're going to be sitting more, and that means you're not going to be burning the same number of calories that you would normally. So it isn't necessarily your body and your blood chemistry that's causing the problem. It's just basically how we adjust the next day after a bad night's sleep. So that's what they said in this paper. Now, what I'd like to know is what you think about that. Is this your experience? Have you been able to navigate a bad night's sleep and still stay on track with your program? Tell me down below. Hey, and about those workouts, even if you're not sleep deprived, if you worry about getting hurt, I made a video for you. Click into this one. And thanks for watching. I will see you next time.